Yes,
Agriculture
absolutely.
provides us with the basic necessity to our lives. So I saw the need and I saw it as a personal calling to start my own production to contribute my quota to developing the national food industry. I see that agriculture is not the last resort. It
Yeah.
should be the first choice. It is innovative. It is worth pursuing. So I don't see the reason why we shouldn't have the numbers when it comes to agriculture. The journey began years back
Okay.
when I was serving as a national service person. Due to the employment uncertainty in the country,
Yes.
I knew that I wanted to pull towards entrepreneurship, that is agriculture, but I wasn't sure as to which aspect of agriculture.
For a lady who is into agriculture, what really inspired your passion? How did you get here?
I saw a critical gap. I saw an acutely underserved sector, neglected by most young people, and I saw the need to start my own farming space.
Okay.
Agriculture is one of the underserved sectors
Yes.
in this economy. When I started my first production, it didn't go well. I lost everything. I had to come back to my corporate job, work, save again, and bounce back. My own parents were not comfortable with the career that I embarked on.
Who says leadership has a gender? And who even say agriculture is only for men? And what even comes to mind when you think of a leader, a politician, a CEO, a business owner? For far too long, leadership has worn masculine faces, but today women across the world are rewriting that story, transforming society and also inspiring the next generation of people to become great or even dream bigger. Hello and welcome to Her Voice, a show where we celebrate women who are breaking barriers, challenging stereotypes, and also inspiring the next generation. I am your host, International Kasi, and today we are talking about leadership, entrepreneurship, and how women are also creating opportunities not just for themselves, but also for countless others. And our guest today is a visionary leader, an entrepreneur, and the founder and executive director of Bushira Bustan, uh,
Shara Bustan.
Bushar Bistan, and their Green Generation Blueprint. Remember that this show is proudly sponsored by AMAS Onata Luxury Botanical Arts and Glow Up Closet. Let's take a quick breather, and when we come back, our guest is here to navigate, to bisect, to dissect, to divide, and break down the topic for you to understand. Stay tuned. You are welcome back from that quick commercial break, and this is Her Voice. Here we celebrate women who, of course, are breaking barriers and transforming society, and also, most importantly, inspiring the next generation of people to dream bigger. And I have my guest here. In fact, she is smart. She's brilliant, and I believe you don't also want to miss this second edition. Welcome to Her Voice.
Thank you so much. I'm so delighted to be here. And I hope today we're going to have a meaningful discussion.
Absolutely. Okay. So please kindly introduce yourself. Tell us the woman behind Bishara Bustan.
Um, my name is Bushira San Pograwo Abbas, an agribusiness entrepreneur, farmer, agribusiness consultant, youth practical trainer, and an advocate for youth development. I am the founder and executive director of Bushara Bustan. Bushara Bustan is an agribusiness venture that focuses on diverse crop production. We have the Green Generation Blueprint as well, an initiative that allows young people to be empowered with every aspect of agriculture practically. And I also lead the Agric Legacy Builders, a platform that allows farmers to share their experience, their journeys, and expertise to educate, inspire, and mentor other farmers and young people to pursue and explore opportunities within agriculture. So,
Okay.
beyond the titles,
Mm.
I see myself as someone that believes that if you solve a real problem in your community,
Mm.
you are building both a meaningful business for your community and yourself. And this is what has been guiding me all these years.
Okay. So I listened and you mentioned a whole lot of stuffs. Your space, is it, do you inspire only men and women both, or just single gender?
Both.
Both.
Yep.
Okay. So now, for a lady who is into agriculture, what really inspired your passion? How did you get here?
Interesting.
Mm.
I saw a critical gap. I saw an acutely underserved sector, neglected by most young people.
Mm.
And then I saw the need to start my own farming space. This is agriculture we are talking about.
Yes,
Agriculture
absolutely.
provides us with the basic necessity to our lives. So I saw the need and I saw it as a personal calling to start my own production, to contribute my quota to developing the national food industry, and most importantly, use my
Mm.
medium to inspire, mentor others to come along in this journey. Together, we can contribute in transforming the agricultural landscape. I see that agriculture is not the last resort. It
Yeah.
should be the first choice. It is innovative. It is worth pursuing. So I don't see the reason why we shouldn't have the numbers when it comes to agriculture.
Agriculture. So was it part of your dream, or at a point when you got to the middle of the road, or let me say when you get to a point, when you got to a point in life, that is where you felt like there was the need to venture into agriculture? Or maybe during your childhood, that was when you planned of becoming venturing into agriculture?
It was none of my plans. In fact, the journey began years back
Okay.
when I was serving as a national service person. Due to the employment uncertainty in the country,
Yes.
I knew that I wanted to put towards entrepreneurship, that is agriculture, but I wasn't sure as to which aspect of agriculture.
Okay.
Agriculture is one of the underserved sectors
Yes.
in this economy.
Mm.
So, one creative aspect of an entrepreneur is that
Mm.
when you're going to start a business, you should look forward to starting within any of the sectors that is underserved,
Yeah.
which agriculture is part of it.
Yes.
So I wasn't sure like which aspect of agriculture,
Mm-hmm.
whether I should go into livestock, crop,
Okay.
or whatever. I wasn't sure. So I was serving my national service while still saving bit by bit my allowance. So there was a time I went around the Ebui area there, and you know
Yeah.
that place is predominantly.
Yes.
So I saw this stunning pineapple plantation, and I was like,
Hmm.
maybe I should just start with pineapple farming.
Oh.
So, but it wasn't that serious.
Okay.
So I got to the house, and this voice kept on ringing that you start with pineapple. So just within a few days later, I went back to the farm community. I spoke to some few pineapple farmers around. I also did my preliminary inquiries on
Yeah.
pineapple plantation,
Mm-hmm.
and I also spoke to few industry players in the pineapple field.
Sure.
So I read some books
Mm-hmm.
too concerning
Okay.
pineapple. So I realized that it was finally ready for me to start. So I also had the required amount
Oh,
there.
okay.
So I started. I started with an acre of pineapple.
So you were prepared.
I was prepared,
Okay.
both financially and then
Psychologically,
knowledge good.
everything.
So though when I started my first production, it didn't go well. I lost everything. It's a
Ooh.
long story. I'll narrate that later.
Okay.
So I lost everything. I had to come back to my corporate job,
Mm.
work, save again, and bounce back. And then since then, it's been good. After 3 years of producing pineapples, we expanded our portfolio by adding cassava,
Wow.
and then we added ginger, chili
That's
pepper.
huge.
The mission is to cultivate various crops. So we're transitioning from one crop to the other.
Okay.
So about 5 to 6 years of being deeply rooted in
Rooted.
crop production, we introduced the Green Generation Blueprint because we
Okay.
saw that we are not going to do this alone. We can't do this alone. So we needed to come along with others. So we introduced the Green Generation Blueprint. And then the Green Generation Blueprint has been on for 3 years now, and we have trained a couple of people.
Ooh.
And then last year, we introduced the Agric Legacy Builders.
Okay.
So I think Bishara Bustan has been progressive ever since, and we are looking forward to growing bigger. And bigger.
Okay. So you visiting the bee gardens and everything throughout the journey as a woman leading such agricultural organization, where have you faced challenges, or what are some of the obstacles that came your way when you started, and even when you thought you've gotten to that point that you can boldly say that yes, indeed, you are the woman you dreamt of?
Okay, I always say that women, when it comes to our potential, we don't lack potential. We always find ourselves having to prove our capabilities much more than men do. And that is why we don't just lead. We always we always build our resilience first.
Sure.
So, yes, when I started, I made mention that I lost everything. My own parents were not comfortable with the career that I embarked on. They couldn't understand why a brilliant graduate would not choose a comfortable job in the corporate field instead of wanting to work in the bush as a farmer. But I knew the vision that I was working towards. Agriculture is quite a neglected sector by most young people, yet it comes with enormous opportunities. So I knew that someday they will get to understand what I was working towards. And today, my parents are so proud of their daughter being a farmer.
Absolutely.
So I also face challenges with the farm community, especially my workers. You know what that means when you are a newbie in the field. You completely have no idea about what you are doing, especially practical experience. So people definitely leverage on that to take advantage. So they extorted monies from me. A lot happened. And even at the end of the day, the production didn't come out well. I lost everything. So I also faced challenges with, even when I bounced back, I still face challenges with my workers.
Your workers.
Because they saw that this is a woman in this field, so they underestimate your decisions. They neglect timelines, thinking that you shouldn't complain, you shouldn't challenge poor quality work because you are a woman. So, but I knew that leadership is not about shouting all the time or raising your voice all the time.
Absolutely.
It's about being consistent, fair, and confident in your own decisions, such that when people notice that you mean what you say, they will respect and follow as it is supposed to be. So a lot happened, and the rest too, maybe when it came to this weather uncertainties, the climate
changes.
good, but we've been navigating through, especially the crops that I produce doesn't necessarily distract much. So we've been going through it.
So you mentioned that at a point your parents could not fathom or understand why a young, a brilliant, smart girl should venture into agriculture. During those moments, what was running through your brain, your mind, and how were you able to overcome all these situations or challenges? How?
I was skeptical whether if I should drop the decision or not. Okay. Because I myself, I never thought that someday I'll find myself in this space. And I could understand the point of my parents, because my parents, sorry to say, they are not educated. Okay. But they have done their best to see all of us through school. So their belief is that informal setup, okay, their belief is that when a young girl is able to go through school, she should be found in the office working. Okay. That is their belief. So seeing a daughter pursuing something different, they couldn't just phantom. But there were times I was just hiding behind to do my work. I pretended I wasn't doing it. I told them I had stopped, but I was still working towards it.
Yeah.
Because I knew someday they would understand.
Yeah.
You see how it is. So it never stopped me. I continued. I never relented.
Okay. So as someone leading agricultural organization, what are some of the qualities people who aspire to be like you, what are some of the qualities you would need, or anyone at all can lead an agriculture organization? Because after all, anyone can just pick colors, can just have any plan just to move into that sector, or there are special qualities. There are special qualities.
It is. And it takes just 4 words:
4 words.
fortitude,
Fortitude.
integrity, I'll say continuous learning, and confidence. Fortitude in a sense that you will go through certain challenges and you need the strength to be able to navigate the shambles. And you need confidence to be able to build your own decisions without having to wait on someone believing on you first. You need to believe in yourself. And you need integrity to earn trust.
Yes.
And to be relevant in the field, you have to keep abreasting yourself with continuous learning.
Yeah.
If you have these 4, you are good to go.
You're good to go.
Yeah.
Okay, so ever since you began this journey, because from where you started, I'm getting more interested. What has been your proudest achievement when you began this journey? Has there been any bigger achievement that you said, yes, you saw and you were wowed?
I always think that my proudest moments has to do with after productions. That is, after a season, the bumper harvest we get. But until then, when we introduce the Agri Generation Blueprint, the daily number of calls, the consultancy services we offer for free, the number of
It's actually free.
It's free, yeah.
Wow.
The number of young people in my DM, people that I have personally established to have their own farms. I got to realize that it's not about producing crops or it's not about producing food.
Sure.
That is also part.
Yeah.
But coming along with others to feel that the journey is not for a single person. I've been able to change their perception towards agriculture. Assuming people that used to think that agriculture is for the marginalized community, now they are getting interested because they see that a young woman, it's not just any young person, a young lady is doing it. I feel so fulfilled with that. That alone is enough for me.
Impacting people.
Right. And I feel like, sometimes I feel like I'm not getting paid for this. But I look at the impact aspect of it and I am okay with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me take you back. How did you start it? The capital, how much? Because now people are looking forward to getting huge amounts before they can venture into agriculture. How much did you start with?
I think the amount I started with would not be relevant now. You know why?
Yeah.
Because 8 years ago, the amount I started with
you can
for
say that.
an acre of pineapple production is incomparable now. It's like you need about 4 times of that amount to do an acre of pineapple now. But what I would say is that with young people, you see, when it comes to building a confident business, you can only grow that through actions. Okay. Sometimes we spend much time deliberating as to what time we should start, waiting for the perfect time to start your production. You don't really need much. You either start with a little that you have, or you start with what you have available. And along the line, you grow and you improve. So you don't necessarily need much. And it also depends on the crop. I started with pineapples. You can decide to start with pepper, maybe tomatoes or ginger or whatever, or even cassava.
So it depends on what you want to cultivate.
I even introduce cassava more to beginner farmers because that is less expensive and it doesn't necessarily contain much of the stress as compared to other crops. So any beginner farmer that walks up to me, I encourage that you start with cassava
Okay.
before any year, so that you get some preliminary basic informations about farming, the practical aspects before you
Okay.
can expand to other crops. So it depends. Cassava, maybe probably now you need around 8,000, 9,000. But pineapples now, if you don't have up to 40,000 Ghana cedis, you can't produce an acre of pineapples.
So sometimes even if you want to do pineapple and the money you have isn't enough, can't they go for other options?
Yeah, of course, you can go for other options. That's why I'm saying you mustn't start with pineapples because I started with pineapples. You can start with any other crops. If you have probably 30,000 to start pineapples and it's not up, you can go in for 3 acres of cassava.
Okay.
It can do 3 acres of cassava.
Okay. So the conversation is actually getting more interesting, but let's go for a commercial break. When you come back, we still continue. This is her voice. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back from that quick commercial break. We are still on the topic, and then the next segment is inspiring the next generation. Of course, my guest is here. We are breaking the topic down for you to also understand. And welcome back, Miss. So, through Bushira Bustan and the Agri Generation Blueprint, how are you empowering young women?
So it's a practical training for young people. It's not only young women, but of course, we
Both
have
gender.
an encouraging significant number of young women part of it.
Okay.
And it's a practical training in animal husbandry, crop production, market access. Let's
Okay.
just say capacity building for young people. So what happens is that we choose a particular crop within the year. Let's say if it is horticulture, we take horticulture for the year. Last
Okay.
year we took horticulture. That is onions, tomatoes, and pepper. We
Okay.
had a training for about 3 months, right from preparing the land to selecting the right seedlings to plantation, growth management to harvest. And then after harvest, we move to the classroom. So we have our capacity building, that is market access,
Okay.
value addition, navigating the market, and assessing opportunities, investment readiness. So
Okay.
we do that in the classroom for about 3 or 4 weeks. Then we close training. Sometimes, if you're able to get funding, we support our mentees to start up their farms. We select the best to start up their farms. But if we are not able, I believe that what we are able to impact them is enough. Because it's not every young person that gets the opportunity to have a
Yeah.
practical training. Most of them believe that once you want to venture into agriculture or just any other field, you can go through your books, read about them,
Yeah.
ask people questions. But it goes beyond
Beyond
that.
that.
You need that practical skills. On daily basis, we get people in our DMs complaining, oh, I have started this particular crop and it didn't come out well. When you ask the person few questions, you get to realize that they only go reading
Yeah.
online. What you read online was put out there by someone,
Yes.
but you need to have
The
a
practical.
vision with the
Yeah.
practical aspect of it to be able to put it into practice.
Yeah,
So
sure.
we've just been doing our best. As I said, it has been in the pipeline for about 3 years now, but we've not been able to get funding. It's
Okay.
capital intensive. I must be honest with you.
Sure.
So it was only last year that from the corporate social responsibilities of Bushara Bustan, because Bushara Bustan is the mother company.
Okay.
Then the Agri Generation, then Agri Legacy Builders comes under it.
Okay.
So we're able to sponsor from our coffers. And we are hoping that if we get external sponsorship,
Yeah.
we'll be able to push through. But this year, the year is almost ending, and we are hopeful that the training for those who have been anticipating and waiting for this year will also come.
So we are hoping that people
Yeah,
will come
sure,
and support you.
For the people are always available, but the
yeah,
sponsorship.
the sponsorship.
Yeah.
So right now, can we say that you are financially independent?
Very.
Very.
Though I don't like saying this on screens, but
You have the
I'm almost
money.
getting to a decade in
Hmm.
agriculture. And I would say that agriculture is one of the sectors that is so rewarding financially. For the first few years, you may not even break even. Okay? For the first few years, your first production, you are likely to lose almost everything. I'm not saying it applies to everyone, but
Okay.
about 70%, you are likely to lose everything because then you are starting with, I won't say fresh introduction to it, but like you basically have no idea about what you are doing.
Yes.
And that is where people will leverage, take advantage of you. Now, your second year when you get back, that is if you are serious. Is your second year, you are likely to get your production amount back. I mean, the amount you invested, you are
invested.
likely to get it back with no profit. Some are able to get a bit of profit on top of that. Your third production, I'll say you are a shark in the field
Yes. You've
because
gone
you've
through the
seen it all.
process. Yeah.
You've seen it all. So your first, second, third year, there's always this rule about entrepreneurship that it will even take you up to 5 years before you start making. But if you are smart, if you are smart in the field, your first, third year, you should be able to navigate all the challenges. And your fourth year, you should start making money. And I'm almost getting to a decade, so
So you are financially,
good, I'm okay.
you have the money.
No one is satisfied with money, or no one is ever,
Yeah.
I mean, fully,
Yes.
I mean, like saying that, okay, I have had it all.
Yeah.
But
so it's enough.
I'm okay, I'm content.
So, with what you said, how is financial independence important? Because especially in the lives of women, because there are women who some have folded their arms and they are just waiting for men to support them. How, with what you said, how is it important?
Financial independence is crucial for every woman out there because it helps them to be able to invest in their growth. It builds their confidence level to be able to make decisions for themselves without having to wait for any other
Depend.
person to
Yeah.
believe in them first. And you see, sometimes we get it all wrong as women. As I mentioned earlier, we think that we need much to start.
Yeah.
And we are sitting waiting for probably validation from the next person to start
Yes.
something. If you are financially independent, you can support your families and you can contribute meaningfully, not just to your own life, but to
Yeah.
the community that you find yourself. So the next time you as a woman, you think that you don't see the need, because I've had some women like, my husband is doing okay,
Yeah.
everything is fine. Why can't I be a housewife? It goes beyond that. Ask yourself today, you have a family. If they need support from you, are you going to take it from your husband? Or are you going to
Absolutely.
go about asking from people? But if you're financially independent, you can do all these things at the blind side.
And even
know-
extend it outside.
Exactly. And also build others as well. So financial independence is very essential.
Okay. So in case you get married, how are you going to balance your personal life with the demands when it comes to leadership?
Balancing my role and my personal life requires discipline and prioritization. When I wake up in a day, I pay attention to what is important. And I have a very solid team, a thoughtful one for that matter. So there are days that I feel off psychologically. So though my team understands that I always like to be at the forefront of everything. I always like to see through that everything is done right before I get back home. But even with all that, if I am off, I have my team that stands for me. So if I am a family woman someday, I don't think this will be a hindrance. Don't forget that women, we are capable of balancing different tasks at the same time.
Okay.
It's a God gift. So
Okay, sure. Just a quick one. This one is games. So One word that describes you. Just a word.
Zealous.
Zealous. Leadership or innovation?
Innovation.
Innovation. One crop every young Ghanaian should know about.
Tomatoes.
Tomatoes. Your favorite Ghanaian meal?
Gable. Gable
Gable.
is a northern dish.
Okay, so one place in Ghana every woman should visit. Do you have one
The
place?
hospital.
The
Yes, because we need
why?
therapy.
We need therapy.
Yes, we are going through a lot.
I
Yes.
can say that.
Sometimes I say almost every woman is mentally challenged. It's just that it's not clear, it's not visible
We are
out
not on
there.
the streets.
Good. So you need a hospital.
All right, sure. Say something to those watching. What will you tell them?
I want everyone to understand that building a confident business goes through actions. Sometimes we spend so much time deliberating on the right time to start. Yet women with less experience have started and they are doing so well. Start with a little you have or what you have available, grow, improve as the journey goes. And also remember that everything is not about passion. Passion is good because it motivates you to start, but a sustainable business solves a real problem. So ask yourself this question: what problem are you solving and who you are creating the value for? And remember to continue learning. The world of business keeps evolving. The market changes, people's preferences change, and sometimes technology too advances rapidly. In fact, technology picks up everything and you have to keep running after the world of business. So please start with a little that you have, grow, improve, and seek guidance to improve better.
Okay, so seek guidance to improve better. And this is how we wrap up on today's edition of Her Voice. And thank you so much for honoring our invitation. We hope to see you
You're
next time.
welcome. Thank you
So
so much for
please,
having me.
thank you too. So please, you can also visit us on all our social media handles at Katsi Brown Entertainment. Like, follow, and subscribe. Thank you so much. Stay tuned and be informed.